Hi, I'm Fox. Any pronouns. It's day 6 of Treat or Terror and Treehouse of Horror 8. Let's just jump right into it. We open on a Fox censor doing his job.
Oh, hi! As the Fox censor, it's my job to protect you from reality.
He gets stabbed by the TVG rating in a very funny gag. Hilariously, they had trouble getting it past the actual Fox censors. Then we get a quick couch gag where the family gets electrocuted. Our first segment is the Omega Man, an obvious play on the Omega Man, which was the second movie adaptation of I Am Legend. It's about the last survivor of a pandemic that turned everyone else into vampires. Except in the movie, wherein the Omega Man biological warfare causes the plague, and the vampires are now mutants. In the Omega Man, France is angry because Mayor Quimbley made a frog's leg remark, and he, well...
I stand by my ethnic slur.
So the French bomb Springfield. When they hit, Homer is actually shopping for a bomb shelter, and emerges as the last living man of Springfield. This year's cameo of our favorite alien duo is them calling in to report a UFO. It's a cute joke. After a moment of grief over his family and TV, very briefly, he enjoys himself around town. While dancing naked in the church, however, he runs into mutants who decide to start over and make a better world. They must kill Homer. Which, fair. But they also seem to want to kill any non-mutants, so... Homer ends up back home, and oh hey, his family is alive too!
All the layers of lead paint in this house made it the perfect bomb shelter.
The family reunion makes the mutants want to declare peace, giving the Simpsons the chance to shoot them dead. This was a fun starter segment. I don't think it's gotten remembered much through the years, but it's pretty enjoyable and a fun parody. Next is Fly vs. Fly, the title referencing Spy vs. Spy, with the actual episode being a parody of The Fly, a 1986 David Cronenberg film based on the 1958 Vincent Price starring film, based on the 1957 short story by George Langland that was originally published in an issue of Playboy. Homer buys a matter transporter, Bart fucks around with it, and he the flies himself. Fly Bart flies off while the fly gets accepted by the family as their son. Honestly, pretty quick.
Well, he may be a horrible freak, but he's still my son.
Bart tries to switch their heads back, but he's a tiny little fly guy, so it doesn't go too well. Until he manages to show himself to Lisa, and they work together to get it fixed. Then Homer hilariously tries to axe Bart for messing with his machine. And this is also another segment that seems to be hardly remembered anymore. It's simple, but nice. Entertaining. A few really good gags. I enjoyed Homer trying to use the machine to transport his piss from the living room to the toilet. Not the best episode, but solid. Finally, we're at Easy Bake Coven, easily my favorite of the three. We're in Puritan times, while some witch trials are afoot. Marge gets accused because she's against witch burning, naturally, but when they shove her off that cliff, it turns out she actually is a witch. She looks really hot. After threatening everyone with bats that emerge from her hair, she returns to her sisters in the mountains. They decide to go around eating the townsfolk's kids, but Maud manages to entice them with gingerbread people. Then other families give treats to spare their children as well, starting the custom of Halloween. It's short but fun, with some great jokes.
Oh, Nettie, look at them up there plotting our doom. They could force us to commit wanton acts of carnality.
Yeah, that'll be the day.
Overall, this was an enjoyable Treehouse of Horror, even if it feels a little lacking compared to some of the other specials so far. You can really feel a major shift that was already in place really cement itself here. It's not bad necessarily that two of the segments were more sci-fi based, especially since they still brought in the Halloween/horror aspects. But they do start to feel a little more toned down. Certainly not as gruesome, but also with just less horror overall and lighter tones, little suspenseful atmosphere. Like I said, it's still a good Treehouse, and we will certainly see a lot worse. But it does leave me wanting a bit more. And that's all I've got for this one. See you tomorrow for Treehouse of Horror 9. Thanks for joining my lucid screaming.